Take number 68. Action. So today I'm going to be doing a book review on a book that I completely adored. And it's been a long time coming since it's been a couple of weeks since I have read the book. But I knew I needed to do it, but I put it off because I'm like, I don't want to sit down and jot out notes and blah blah blah. But I finally did today, and I have not as many notes as I did on the Sherlock special, but I have at least 3 pages worth of notes to go over with you guys. The book that I'm going to be discussing today, in case you didn't see it on my journaling, is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. And I completely loved this book. So much so that I read through it a second time. However, once the initial love of the book kind of trickled away and the weeks passed, and I started to come up with a few things that I didn't really necessarily like about the book, and a few things that I felt like were just wrong with it. And that doesn't take away from the fact that I loved it, because I love this book so much. However, I just have a couple of things that I don't like about it. And I know a couple of people have voiced their opinion on this book. A couple of people say they don't like this book. I've heard many different opinions, mostly that they love this book, but whatever. So I did end up giving this book a 4.5 stars out of 5 on Goodreads. Technically a 4, but it's a 4.5 really. So I'll just go ahead and tell you a little bit what this book is about. It is about a boy who is basically the worst chosen one ever. I think it's kind of a ripoff of Harry Potter. I know the author has said that herself. So I'm just going to read the front cover for you, so just hang tight. Simon Snow is the worst chosen one who's ever been chosen. That's what his roommate Baz says. And Baz might be evil and a vampire and a complete git, but he's probably right. Half the time Simon can't even make his wand work, and the other half he sets something on fire. His mentor is avoiding him, his girlfriend broke up with him, and there's a magic-eating monster running around wearing Simon's face. Baz would be having a field day with all this if he were there. It's their last year at the Watford School of Magics, and Simon's infuriating nemesis didn't even bother to show up. Carry On is a ghost story, a love story, and a mystery. It has just as much kissing and talking as you would expect from a Rainbow Rowell story, but far more monsters. So I just firstly want to say that this book definitely read like a fan fiction, and if you go into it reading the book like a fan fiction, I think you will thoroughly enjoy it, because as we all know, reading fan fictions, there's a bunch of things usually that are really problematic, but you're able to excuse those because the author maybe isn't as experienced or whatever. But I definitely think she did it on purpose to read like a fan fiction, obviously, because this book is supposed to be, I might be wrong because I haven't read Fangirl, but this book is supposed to be the fan fiction in Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, which is a contemporary book. But that's it for the non-spoilers. So go ahead and stop watching now if you haven't read the book. Go read it and come back and then watch it when you're done. So I'm going to start off with the things that I really liked about the book and just kind of list them off and explain a little bit. Once the romance actually progressed, because the first 150 pages, Baz wasn't even in it. I really enjoyed it. It was definitely as angsty and as fluffy and as adorable as I had imagined it would be, and I completely loved it. The kissing was adorable, however I do wish there was more, but I'll get into that later. The writing was really easy and quick to read through. I sped through the book, and it's a lot different than I think her contemporary, or I've tried reading her contemporary books and I just couldn't get into them. That might be because though I'm not a big contemporary fan. So I really did love the writing. It kept me on the edge of my seat. I know this has been said before, but I did love the diversity of the characters, the different races, ethnicities. Is that the same thing? Probably. I loved Penny's family. I thought that was a nice little touch to the story. The world building was really good, however, a bit cheesy. But like I said, if you go into this like you're reading a fan fiction, then you won't be expecting anything super spectacular, especially considering Rainbow Rowell is primarily a contemporary writer. At least that's what I know her other works are. Don't expect amazing world. It's kind of cool though, because in the cover pages you get this cool little map, and it's the map of Watford, and it's so cool, and you get to see where all the characters go and stuff like that. Also, let's just take a moment to appreciate the naked cover. It's so beautiful. I love it. However, when I was reading it at work, a lot of people were like, "What are you reading?" And I was like, you probably don't want to know because you'll get offended. I liked the plot twists. I wasn't expecting them. However, from the get-go of the story, I did think the mage was his father. I could see that coming. Yeah, I could definitely see that coming. It kind of went in a different direction, especially with the humdrum. I wasn't expecting it to be kind of like a part of Simon and Simon's like black hole of magic or whatever. I thought that was pretty awesome. Penny's character was pretty fucking awesome. We all need a friend like Penny, okay, who's smart, funny, sarcastic, a little bit of a bad girl, but not too bad, just like enough of breaking the rules. And I really liked that she wasn't exactly like Hermione, because I felt like her character was supposed to be based off Hermione. However, they made her kind of like rule breaking, and it was just, I really liked it. Like I feel like I'm a Penny. Is that conceited to say? Whatever. And then finally, for things that I liked, I really liked the different point of views. However, I think some were not needed, but we'll get to that in the next section of this video. I loved that there was Simon's point of view and Baz's point of view. If I had it my way, the whole story would just be written in their 2 points of views. And also, Baz would be a part of 150 pages, the first 150 pages, because he was not, and that was frustrating. So now moving on to things that I didn't like, and there's a pretty long list. Thankfully, it's about as long as the list of things I did like, but let's just get into it. The things I didn't like were what I just mentioned, the fact that the first 150 pages, Baz is not around. I think it would have been nice maybe if we got some chapters in Baz's point of view, even though he was taken by the numpties. Was it the numpties? Maybe to see where he's at and like, you know, get the story kind of on the block, because it really dragged for the first portion of the book, and it was really hard to get through because I went into the book, you know, with the mindset that this is going to be a romance, and then the romantic interest isn't in the book for like the first 150 pages. But if you can push through those 150 pages, then the rest of the book is pretty good. Next, I did not like Agatha's character. I thought she was unnecessary and annoying, and I kept on picturing her to look just like Luna Lovegood, except she was more of a bitch. To be honest, I just did not like her. I thought it was unnecessary for Simon to be in a relationship, and it just made things complicated. And then at the end of the book, with Agatha's point of view with her going to California, I was just like, oh my god, whatever, shut up, just nobody gives a shit. We're here for Baz and Simon, okay? We are here for Baz and Simon. We don't want to know about you and your sad life and blah blah blah. We're here for the romance, okay? Like, let's get real. We don't care. Also, I think they could have combined Lucy and the mage's points of views, or done something a little bit differently, or maybe done flashbacks or something, because I was confused in the beginning. How it tied in together at the end, yeah, I did like it. However, it was just, I thought maybe we could have Lucy's point of view without the mages, maybe, and it still would have been good. And I don't think we necessarily needed the mage's point of view. I don't know. When I reread the book, I skipped over their points of views and pretty much stuck to just Simon and Baz and then Penny, because I did like Penny's point of view. However, you know, like I said, we're here for Simon and Baz, not Penny, but I felt like Penny's point of view was definitely necessary to the story. At the end, I wished they had lived together. I don't know why Rainbow Rowell made it so Baz and Simon wouldn't live together. That makes no sense. I can understand that they lived with each other for a really long time, and so maybe they wanted a break. However, they just admitted their love to each other. Would they not want to spend every day and every night with each other? My camera died. But where was I? Oh. But would they not really want to spend every waking minute with each other for at least the first portion of their relationship? Because I know when I get into relationships, or when I got into the relationship I'm in now, I was staying up all night to talk with him on the phone, going over and seeing him every chance I could get, and until we lived with each other, that was how it was. And even now, it's like if I don't see him once a day, I get really anxious. So I don't see why they wouldn't want to live with each other. But then again, we didn't really get to see how Baz's family reacted to the relationship. That was the next thing that was on my list, was that we really didn't get a lot tied up. I felt like we needed some more closure, some more answers, but Rainbow Rowell kind of left it open, and I think maybe she was leaving it open so there's a possibility of a sequel. But I don't know. I hope there's a sequel because that would make me very happy. Maybe the reason they didn't move in with each other was actually because Baz's parents were like, oh, why would you live with Simon? But we don't know. And that was really all the things that I had wrong with the book. Like I said, it didn't really take away from the fact that I completely loved the book so much. And I would definitely read it again. Those are just my opinions on the book. Like I said, that's not fact. You are welcome to your own opinion. I am down for discussing it in the comments if you want to. If you've already read this book, definitely leave a comment down below and we can fangirl. Also, good things about this book include this book did inspire me to start writing my own story. So I've started writing again kind of since the new year started. And I'm writing a gay love triangle with a vampire, a fairy, and a human, which sounds probably really lame, but so far it's going good. So I'm really thankful for this book for starting me back on writing again. And I'm also planning on getting their silhouettes tattooed on either elbow when I have money. So these right here, I'm gonna get one on either elbow. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I make videos every Friday, so come subscribe to my channel and we can fangirl together. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye!